Hey everyone, thank you for joining in. Welcome. I'm your host, Shalini Joshi Yamdagni, and I'm an international physical and emotional pain relief expert and a #1 best-selling author. And I am so glad that you're joining in. Chances are that if you are here, then maybe you are in some sort of pain. Maybe you've been trying different things to help yourself, but you're not getting the relief that you want. Maybe you got some relief, but it's not really significant, and you're still searching. And that's why you're here. Maybe you're curious, what is this all about? So I'm so glad that you're tuning in because in this episode, I'm going to be showing you how you can significantly shift your physical pain levels using a tool that can help you shift those pain levels from the root, right? And it's a tool that is easy to use anytime, anywhere. It's a tool that my kids have been using since they were 4 and 5 years of age. It's a tool that I've used with my clients for 10 years with all sorts of issues. And it's also the same tool that I use by myself, on myself, to heal my chronic pain, which had confined me to bed rest forever. That's the tool that we're going to be looking at today, so that you can use it right here in this episode and learn how to use it to release physical pain from the root issues. Okay, so stay tuned and we'll see how this works. Now, in the past episodes, I'm sorry I have a sore throat, so just bear with that. In the past episodes, I've been talking about the fact that pain is simply a message from your body. Okay, pain is not your enemy. Even though it feels like one, right? Because you've been trying different things and you're not getting the results, and it's the thing that's limiting you from so many different, from being able to do so many different things. So it feels like the enemy, but pain is really not your enemy. It's simply a message. It's the way your body communicates with you. It's a way that your body lets you know something's going on, something needs looking into. And usually we don't really pay attention to the real message of the body. Mostly when we are in pain, and we've been in pain for a while, and it's getting stronger and stronger. Our usual, the steps that we take is we go to the hospital, we get medications, we get pills, we try to stop the pain, we try to get rid of the pain by surgeries or injections, and so on and so forth. And all of these have some place in healing yourself from pain. But if you keep treating pain on a surface level, on just the physical level, right, you're never going to get the lasting relief that you look for, because pain is, as I've said over and over again, it's a multi-layered problem. And if you are still here and you're in pain and you've been trying different things, you can see it is not that simple. It's a complex issue, and it needs to be addressed in more complex, detailed ways. And so it's really important to address it from the underlying root causes, because that's what's keeping it there. And if you just treat it on a surface level, then it won't really go away. It'll be underneath still doing its thing, regrouping, building, and eventually it shows up in new, stronger ways than before. So it's really important to address it from the root levels, and that is exactly what we're doing here right now in this episode. And I'm so excited to share this with you. So let's get to it, right? So in my last episode, I was sharing with you 4 different ways that you can begin to address physical pain from the root level. Okay. And these were the 4 points that I was mentioning to you, okay? One is you really got to address the symptom in a very specific way, okay? We have to say, where is the pain located, right? Is it upper back, lower back? You really need to tune into that specific location. And you also need to describe it in a very specific way. Over the last 10 years, on this journey, what I've seen is that, people experience pain in different ways. Some say that they're experiencing a dull ache or a shooting pain or a throbbing sensation. Some have described it as a flashy pain that comes and goes. So it's really important when we're talking about the symptom to address it very specifically, the location, and also how do you feel and experience your specific pain. And we're going to do that in a moment. Let me just go through these 4 points. One other way to address pain at the root level is emotions, okay? Emotions are energy in motion. And when you've got disturbing emotions and you've got upsetting emotions, that is upsetting energy that is in motion, it's creating some sort of dis-ease within. And of course, that impacts your overall health. It impacts your pain levels too. Okay, so we need to address your feelings and emotions about the physical pain that you have. Make sense? Okay, and then we need to address specific events. What does that mean? We went through it in our last episode. Quickly, I'll just review it, is that there may have been a specific event that led to you having this pain right now. Maybe it started, for me, for example, at the gym. I was at a gym 10 years ago. I was doing my abs exercises, and I felt this, pricky pain in my left rib area. And ever since then, I had that pain for a while, right? So what is the specific event? When did you first notice that this pain started? Maybe, maybe it was something someone did to you. Maybe you did something that started this pain. Maybe you had an accident. So we got to go back and look at that, because we still have some feelings, some, upsetting thoughts about it. When I had this, when I was doing work on myself, when I went back and thought about my specific event, and, I was just really mad at myself. I said, why did I push myself so hard? Why did I have to go over the top and do those abs exercises? Why couldn't I just take it easy? So I had a lot of anger and frustration because it had been months and I wasn't getting the relief. And I was really mad at myself. So we need to go back to those specific events, that time in our lives when this pain started, okay? I hope this is making sense. We are addressing pain at different levels, underlying levels, right? And then we also mentioned last week that we need to address limiting beliefs we have about our physical pain. What does that mean? That means that, for example, if you had a fall and, your lower back, some parts of the bones broke and you had multiple surgeries to fix that, and you still have this pain. So you probably could believe that I have this structural damage to my bones and my pain is never going away. That's your belief. And that's a limiting belief. It's not the absolute truth. There are people with structural damage who are completely free from the pain, but that's your belief. And so that's a limiting belief. So we need to look at what are those limiting beliefs that we are holding on to that may be keeping us from progressing and experiencing lasting relief. Okay, maybe you have this feeling that I have this disease and that's why I have this pain, but it's the same disease that my mom has and my grandmother has, and it's a genetic thing, and that's why I'm probably stuck with this pain. Okay, that's a belief that you have. It's not the absolute truth, and it's a limiting belief. So we need to address those beliefs so that we can clear the underlying blocks that are stopping us from experiencing lasting relief. Are you with me? Are you getting this? So we're looking at pain at 4 different levels. So let's, what we're going to do right now is have you tune in, okay? I want you to tune in, where's that paper? To your specific pain, to your specific symptom. There we go. Where are you feeling pain right now? If you have a pen and if you have a pencil, maybe it's a good idea to bring it out right now and write it, because we're going to do different layers. So where are you feeling pain right now? Is it on your lower back? Is it on your left shoulder? Is it on your right shoulder? Is it in your neck? Where is your specific pain right now? So tune into that. And, once you have that, also think about, what does that pain feel like? Describe that pain. Does it feel like a dull ache? Does it feel like a sharp pain? Does it feel like a throbbing? Does it feel like a flashy, coming and going kind of pain? It's really important to be specific. In the EFT world, emotional freedom techniques world, we say, if you want to get results that are terrific, you want to be specific. And the more specific you are, what we're really doing is really listening into the body's message, right? We're listening in, we're tuning in. We've been tuned out for way too long. And now we're really going inside and listening to that message from your body. And it's speaking to you in a very unique way. And the way it speaks to you is not the way it's speaking to someone else, right? They might be experiencing a dull ache, but you're experiencing a shooting pain. So really tuning in, really zooming in to what's going on specifically with you. Getting this? So tune in right now. We're looking at the symptom. So where is your pain located? How would you describe your pain? You can write it down, because we're going to jump into the tapping in a bit. And also notice on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 is, it's really painful. 0 is no pain. So tune in and say, where is that pain right now on a scale of 0 to 10? Wherever it is that you're feeling it, how strong is that intensity right now? Is it a 10? Is it a 5? And if you can't really, it's hard, just guess, okay? It's not rocket science, just guess the pain. And it's not, the reason we do this is just so that once we do this tapping, once we use this tool right now, in a bit, we want to see, did that pain shift? So it's really for your reference. It's nothing, nothing so big, but we really want to get that intensity. So here's what you've done so far. You tuned into where is your pain specifically located. And also by that, I mean, not when you wake up in the morning and then it's really bad, or when I go to sleep, or, right now, as you're here watching this, where is your pain located? How intense does it feel? And how would you describe that pain? Okay. Now, the next piece that we're going to also look at is the emotions. Okay. Feelings. So we're looking at the symptom in a very specific way. We're going to look at the feelings. So tune in right now and tune into, what do you feel because of this pain? How is this pain making you feel? Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel angry? Do you feel, sad? Do you feel, what do you feel? Overwhelmed, powerless, helpless? Tune into what you're feeling right now. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to save the last 2 points for a bit later, and we're going to jump in and use EFT tapping, emotional freedom techniques tapping, to tap on these specific symptoms and feelings that we are feeling right now, because we are addressing physical pain from the underlying root level, right? And so if you're brand new to EFT tapping and you've never heard about it before, basically it's like an emotional acupuncture. So you tune in to what's bothering you inside, right? your feelings, your emotions, how the pain is, how you're experiencing the pain. You're tuning in, and then you're tapping, which is literally you tap with your fingertips, right, on key acupuncture points in your body. And if you want to know more, you can visit me at magicalpainfreeliving.com. And in the beginner path area on that website, you'll see different videos showing you how to do the tapping, what are the tapping points, and all that good stuff is right there. But for now, don't worry about it. I'm going to lead you, and I'm going to say things, and I'm going to tap on different points, and I'll let you know where I'm tapping for those people listening on the podcast later. So I'm going to tell you where to tap, and you just have to simply follow along, like Simon says, okay? So we're going to start tapping now, okay? And we always kind of begin at the karate chop point, and the karate chop point is literally where you would do a karate chop, right? So it's that point right at the base of your pinky finger all the way down to your wrist. I hope you're getting this. It could be on either side, and we just pick one side, and we start tapping. And I'm going to say a bunch of things. Just try to follow along as best as you can, okay? And we'll see how this goes. So just tune in, listen in, and follow along. Even though I have this pain in my body, I choose to pay attention to it now. Even though I have this pain in my body, just tap along, all right? And it's located in blank. Fill in the gap. Where is it located for you? Just say that in your mind. Even though I have this pain in my shoulder, lower back, fill in the blank. I choose to pay attention to it now. I know my body is trying to tell me something. Keep tapping on the karate chop point. We do this 3 times. Even though I'm holding on to this pain in my lower back, shoulder, neck, whatever it is, I choose to pay attention to this pain, to this message, and I'm open to the possibility that I can release it and let it go. Great. You're doing great. Now, we're going to tap on the other points on the body. So I'm going to say the point and just use 2 fingertips. I'm using my index finger and my middle finger to tap on the different points, and I'm going to tell you where to tap. So tap on the eyebrow point, any side of the eyebrow, just the starting point of the eyebrow. All this pain that I'm feeling in my shoulder, back, just fill in the blank wherever it is for you. Side of the eye point. All this pain that I'm feeling right now in my body, and it's located in my blank. Under the eye, tap under the eye. This pain that I have in this part of my body. Under the nose, I wonder what this pain is trying to tell me. Tap on the chin point. We're on the chin. Keep tapping with 2 fingertips. And this pain makes me feel so frustrated. Tap on the collarbone point. Just feel your collarbone and just tap right there, okay? This pain makes me feel so frustrated. Tap on the top of the head. Yeah, we're looking like monkeys now, but that's okay. All this pain that limits me in so many different ways. Come back to the eyebrow point. I feel so angry. Side of the eye, I feel so limited. Under the eye, I feel so upset. Under the nose, I feel so powerless. Chin, it's here every day. Collarbone, I've tried so many different things. Top of the head, and it's still here. Eyebrow, back to the eyebrow point. I wonder if it's ever going to go. Side of the eye. I wonder if I'm stuck with this forever. Okay, we're addressing all the feelings. Under the eye. This sharp pain in my blank. Fill in the blanks. Where do you feel it? This dull ache. Under the nose. Chin point. This throbbing pain. Collarbone. This heavy pressure. Top of the head that I'm carrying with me every single day. Back to the eyebrow point. I wonder if I can release it and let it go. Side of the eye. Keep tapping with 2 fingertips. You're doing great. Under the eye. I wonder what this pain is trying to tell me. Under the nose. All these heavy feelings that I'm carrying with me because of this pain, chin point. I wonder if I can offload those feelings right now. Collarbone. They're not helping me. They're creating a lot of dis-ease within. Top of the head. I'd really like to feel peace instead. Eyebrow point. All this pain and all these negative feelings. Side of the eye, keep tapping. I'm open to releasing this pain, to releasing these feelings now. Under the eye. Because when I release these feelings, these heavy negative feelings, under the nose, my body can relax. On the chin, my body can feel at peace. Collarbone. And when my body is at peace, I can be at peace. Top of the head. And I can allow my body to heal itself. Now I want you to take a deep breath in. Okay, you're doing great. So what I want you to do is, this is one round of tapping. And what we're doing is we're tuning in to what's going on with us emotionally, internally, and we're using emotional freedom techniques, tapping on those key acupuncture points, which are the end points of meridians. It's like meridians are like these energy pipes in our system where there's blockages and we're trying to release and clear them so that our body can relax, right? And we can feel more ease. And once we're feeling more ease, the body feels more ease too. So I want you to tune in right now. And you remember that the number, the intensity that you wrote on a scale of 0 to 10, I want you to tune in back to that place where you were experiencing pain. Was it your lower back? Was it your upper back? Was it your neck? Was it the head? And what was your number then? And now that we've done this round of tapping, what's your number right now? And for those who are here live, if you want to, put in your number right here, please feel free to do so. You can say, it was a 10 and now it's a 4, or it was a 10 and now it feels like a 8. Maybe not that big a shift, but just write that down, and it's basically a way that you can see whether some shift is happening or not. And I know, having done this for 10 years and having healed myself from my chronic pain, that there are shifts. You're going to experience shifts, and those shifts maybe very obvious for some of you, like, oh, it was a 10 and now it's a 2, or now, it was a 10 or it was an 8 and now it's a 4. For some people, it may not have shifted very significantly, but the quality of the pain may have changed a little bit. Like, it was feeling very intense and concentrated, but now it's feeling more like it's dissipating. These are all subtle shifts that you want to notice, and that's why we have to be specific and then notice what's going on inside. What are the shifts that you're noticing? Because when we do more tapping on this, you can go back later and do this tapping again. And if that sharp pain now feels like a dull ache, that's what you tune into in the second round. And that's what you tap on. You don't keep tapping on the first intensity or the first way you described your pain. I hope you're getting this, right? So I hope you're noticing some kind of shifts in your pain levels, because we are addressing the physical pain that you've been having from a deeper underlying root issue. And now, for the next level, we're going to tune in to this other piece. We're going to step a little even more underneath the layers, and we're going to look at specific events and limiting beliefs. So stay tuned. And what do I mean by specific event? Now, this pain that you have, okay, probably it's been there for a while, right? That's why you're here maybe, and that's why you're curious. So one of the other ways that you get to the root, to the core of physical pain, especially chronic pain, is you tune in and think of, when was the first time I noticed this pain? For some people, it could be a week ago. Some people a month ago, 2 months ago. For some people, it could be years ago. And I've had clients who've had it for decades. Okay, so when you're working with physical pain, you want to ask yourself this very important question. When was the first time I noticed this pain? Was it a specific event? I shared with you, for me, it was a specific event. I was at a gym. I was doing the abs exercises. And once I finished and I was ready to go home, I noticed this pinprick pain in my left rib. And I thought, okay, I overdid the abs, right? And so that was a specific event that made me aware of my pain. Was there a specific event for you? Can you go back and remember the time that you first experienced this pain? Because that's when the body started communicating with you, right? So you really want to tune into that. So go in right now and think back. It could be 2 decades ago. When was the first time you noticed this pain? Because that was the time the body started giving you a little whisper, a little message we all ignore, but we got to go back. So tune in right now. Now, for some of you, maybe there is no specific event. You just woke up one day, right? And you started noticing that you have this strange pain. You didn't sleep wrong. You didn't have any specific accident or, whatever. And you still have this pain. Doesn't matter. Just go back and tune into that day when you woke up or when you were doing XYZ activity and you started noticing this pain. Are you with me? Are you getting this? Okay, that's another way we're going to the core of physical pain. So tune into that memory that you have of this physical pain, tune into that event that happened. And now we're also going to look at, what did you feel? What were you feeling? Were you curious? Were you upset? If someone did something to you and that's why you had this pain, maybe you're really mad at that person. Maybe you did this, but it happened because you did something and you're mad at yourself. Like, I did that thing and see, now I'm still stuck with this. So we're going to go back to that memory, back to those feelings. And I often say in my talks that memories buried alive never die. They just, they just get stored in your cells. They overload your system. They deplete your immunity and eventually cause pain, and disease. So let's go back to that memory. Let's go back to that day when you first noticed this pain. And we're going to do EFT tapping on that. So we're going to continue tapping same way. Just follow along. Simon says you're going to follow what I do and what I say, and I'm going to try as best as possible for those not here live, listening on the podcast, to let you know where I'm tapping so you can follow along. And like I said, if you want to know the exact points and where we are tapping and how to do it, go to my website, magicalpainfreeliving.com, and there's a beginner's path there which has lots of videos showing you all about this tapping. So let's begin tapping. And I want you to be tuned in to that memory, to that time when you noticed this pain. When was the first time you noticed this pain? Okay, so let's begin tapping. Even though this pain started a while ago, and I can remember that day when I first experienced this pain. Keep tapping on your karate chop point. And I feel, just substitute what you're feeling. And I feel so upset. Ever since then, I've had this pain. It's still here. I choose to acknowledge and honor how I'm feeling right now. Even though, keep tapping on the karate chop point, even though this pain started way back then, I can still remember that memory, that day when I first noticed this pain. And I can't believe I've had it for all this time. I'm going to acknowledge and honor what I'm feeling right now about this pain. One last time, keep tapping on the karate chop, even though I'm holding on to those old memories. When I first noticed this pain, and I have all these feelings that are coming up right now about that, because I still have this pain. I'm going to acknowledge this pain that I have, and I'm going to be open to the possibility that I can release it and let it go. Let's tap on the other points on the face. Let's go back to the eyebrow point. The first time I noticed this pain, side of the eye, I can remember that day, under the eye, and I wish I had done things differently. Under the nose, I'm so frustrated that this happened that day. Chin point, I'm so upset that I still have this pain. Collarbone point, this pain that started that day. Top of the head, and I still feel all these feelings. Eyebrow point, all these memories that are coming up right now. Side of the eye. When it first started, under the eye, I remember how it happened. Under the nose, and I'm feeling upset. Chin, I still have this pain. Collarbone, I wonder if I can release these feelings now. Top of the head, because whatever I hold on to, eyebrow point, gets bigger. Side of the eye. I'm open to finally feeling safe to releasing and letting go. Under the eye. I'm open to the possibility that I can let this go now, that it's safe to release this pain now. Under the nose. It happened back then. chin. I'm still holding on to those frustrated feelings, those upset feelings right here, right now. Collarbone. And I'm feeling safe right here to release all those old hurts and frustrations and upsets. Tap on the top of the head. And I am open to the possibility that as I release and let go, my body can feel more relaxed and more at ease as I offload this old burden. Take a deep breath. Okay. So we looked at the symptom. We looked at the specifics of the symptom. We addressed the emotions that we were feeling. We looked at the specific incident that started this pain in the first place. These are all root issues. Now I want you to notice where the pain is. That pain that we started working on a scale of 0 to 10, where is your intensity right now? Where is the pain right now? Sometimes you notice that pain moves. We call it chasing the pain in the EFT world. Okay, so what starts off as something in my lower back is now feeling like in my middle back. It doesn't feel like a sharp pain. It feels like a dull ache in my mid back. It's normal. You know, the pain shifts and we call it chasing the pain. So you just have to, that's why you keep tuning in after every time you tap, and you tune into what is going on in my body right now. What is my body saying right now? Where is the location right now? Tune in, take a note. I hope you have a pen and pencil. We're doing a lot of tapping and we're doing different things. Of course, you can always come back to this replay and watch it again, but write that number right now. Where do you feel it? And what's the number? And if you have some memories coming up, some faces coming up, maybe somebody who was responsible for your pain, maybe, different things coming up, write them down, because it's really important to go back and look at that and say, why is this connected with the pain? Why is this memory coming up? Okay. It's the way your subconscious is releasing and bringing to the surface things that might be related to this physical pain. It's the underlying issues. So note that. Hopefully you're seeing more reductions in your pain levels, right? And so we're going to look at one last piece that we still want to address as we look at the different layers, the underlying layers of physical pain. And that is your beliefs. What do you believe about your pain? Okay, what does that mean? I just shared with you earlier, if you've just joined in, what you believe about your pain is going to hold you back because if it's a limiting belief. For example, if you believe I've had multiple surgeries and that's why I have this pain and it's never going to go away. It's a structural damage. I've heard that many times, and that's a belief and that limits you. So it's going to limit your progress towards experiencing lasting relief because what you believe becomes true for you, right? If you believe I've had this pain because of this disease, which my mother has and my grandmother has, and so on, it runs in the family. Maybe you believe I'm stuck with this. I'm helpless. Okay, that's a belief. And it's not the absolute truth, but it is what you believe, and it's what's going to block you from experiencing significant relief. So tune in right now and say, what do I believe about my pain? Maybe I believe I've tried so many different things. Maybe I have this unique pain and nothing's going to work for me. That's your belief, right? So tune into what you believe. Write it down somewhere so that you can come back if you can't follow along right now, and you can always come back and tap on it later and watch as you watch the replay maybe. So let's begin tapping, and I want you to tune into that belief that you're holding on to about your physical pain. And let's tap on the karate chop. We are addressing different layers of physical pain using emotional freedom techniques, okay? Tap along on the karate chop point. Even though I have these beliefs about my pain, and I really believe them, and I believe they're true, I also know that they are limiting beliefs, and they might be limiting me from experiencing lasting relief. I choose to acknowledge these limiting beliefs that I've been carrying with me about this pain that I have, and I'm open to the possibility that my body can heal anyway. Even though, keep tapping on the karate chop point, even though I'm holding on to these limiting beliefs about my pain, I'm open to the possibility that I can release these limiting beliefs because they're not supporting me in my progress towards experiencing lasting relief. We're going to tap now on the other acupuncture points on the body. Tap along. Let's go back to the eyebrow point. These limiting beliefs. Tap on the side of the eye. All these limiting beliefs that I have about my pain. Under the eye, I truly believe them. Under the nose, and they are limiting beliefs because I feel contracted when I think about it. On the chin, it doesn't make me feel happy. Collarbone, these beliefs are actually keeping me stuck. Top of the head, I'd rather have more empowering beliefs. Tap on the eyebrow. Even though I may have heard this from a person in authority, maybe a doctor, side of the eye, maybe someone told me, you're never getting relief from this. Under the eye, maybe somebody told me, you just have to live with this now. Under the nose, maybe I've seen hundreds of examples out there. People like me who are still stuck with this. Chin, keep tapping on the chin. And so I believe that. And that's where this limiting belief comes from. Collarbone point. But I am open to the possibility, top of the head, that my body is a brilliant thing and it knows how to heal itself. Eyebrow, and if I can just release my limiting beliefs, side of the eye, wouldn't it be nice if I can allow my body to do what it does best? Under the eye, without me injecting my negative beliefs. Under the nose, when I release these disturbing beliefs. Chin point, what if my body can relax more? Collarbone, and return to its natural state of flow. Top of the head, I'm choosing to release all the beliefs and all the reasons I have these beliefs. I feel safe letting them go and allowing my body to relax and to return to its natural state of flow. Just take a deep breath. Okay, so I hope this is making sense. What you believe, what you hold on to, what's going on inside of you is creating what's going on outside of you. We're looking at different layers, different ways to address physical pain from the root level. And, we're looking at the specific symptom, and we're looking at feelings and emotions about the pain. We are looking at specific events that have created this pain, and we're looking at the beliefs about this pain. And so in this episode, we've been looking at all these different ways to address physical pain from the root level. I want you to tune in right now, see what's going on with you. Where on a scale of 0 to 10 is your number right now? I would love for you to, comment and put in your numbers. What did you feel before? What are you feeling now? And share that and notice that. And, the most important thing here is that you want to keep tuning in to your body, because that's where all the answers are. It's at the root level that when you start shifting stuff at the root level, then things start shifting physically on the outer level. It's the way I healed myself from my chronic pain that had confined me to bed rest, going deeper and deeper and deeper within, tuning in and releasing layer by layer. There's different ways you can do this. And I was sharing with you in this particular video, in this episode, 4 different ways that we can address this. I hope you're getting some relief. I would love to, hear your comments. What's coming up for you? What memories came up for you as you were tapping through this pain? What thoughts came up for you? People, faces come up, and you want to pay attention to that, because why is that related to your physical pain? There is some connection there, and you want to become a detective and explore all the different things that are going on inside of you, right? When you really shift the inside, that's when you see amazing shifts on the outside. And the more specific you are, in the EFT world, we say the more specific you are, the more terrific your results are, right? So I'm so glad that you are here, and I'm so glad that you tuned in. And please go back. We covered a lot of ground. Use the tapping again. Comment, share. Let me know what's going on, with you physically, what came up for you. I would love to support you. And if this resonated with you and loved ones that can benefit from this, please, please share this. I know how it feels to be stuck in chronic pain. I was a mother of 2 small kids back then, 10 years ago, and it was a really frustrating place, and I didn't have this tool. So it's really wonderful to have this tool that is so simple, that is so easy to do anytime, anywhere, and start seeing some real significant results in shifts in your pain levels. So thank you for joining in. If you want to know more, you can visit me at magicalpainfreeliving.com and learn more about me, and there are lots of videos there too. Thank you for joining. And in the next upcoming episodes, we're going to be looking at very specific physical pain, shoulder pain, because each part of your body has a specific message. The shoulder has a specific message, and the lower back has a different specific message. So we're going to go even deeper to specific physical pain and keep exploring and, understanding the message of the body and using this wonderful tool to release and let go. So thank you again for joining me. I would love for you to join in my next episode. And until you do, keep tuning in and keep tapping out. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining me.